Hello everyone, welcome to the session of SAP iRPA and CAI course. Thank you for joining on the weekend when you want to spend your time with your family. I really appreciate it. This session is about the course which I am going to start from March 13 on advanced technologies of SAP, that is SAP BTP Business Technology Platform. It's a cloud platform of SAP RPA, that is SAP Robotic Process Automation, and SAP CAI, or you can call it as business chatbots. So the agenda for this session is: first, we will talk about current status of SAP in global market. Second, we will talk about intelligent enterprise in the digital transformation journey. Third, we will look at the opportunities that we have considering future roadmap. Then we will also see what are the products of SAP related to these technologies. We will also look at the global market scenario, particularly of RPA and cloud technologies. And last but not the least, I will talk about the details of the course. And if time permits, I will also present some surveys, white papers, and business cases. So starting from our first slide, we all know about SAP. So I don't have to explain you about SAP since you all are working in SAP. However, I would like to tell you about the current status of SAP profile in the global market. As you all know that SAP is the market leader of enterprise software. You can imagine any sector: oil industry, refinery, chemical, pharma, then aviation, automobile, any sector you can imagine, you will find some products of SAP in all the enterprises. At present, more than 77 world transaction revenue touches SAP system, and that's actually a largest portfolio that they have. It supports artificial intelligence, machine learning with robotic capabilities. It has right now it has more than 4 lakhs of customers around the world. It supports intelligence suite on fully digital platform for integrated application. It's 230 plus. It has 230 billion plus cloud users and largest cloud portfolio of any provider. I don't know how many of you know about the recent results of SAP Q4 2021 results. Particularly the cloud technology, they have achieved more than 25% of profit. Yeah, so that was last quarter result. Right now, SAP is offering 100 plus products for all scale of enterprises. As you know about HANA, that's their major product where you get in-memory computing to process vast amount of data. Right now, SAP has more than 1 lakh employees around the world, spread in 180 countries. Okay, so that's about the SAP's current portfolio in global market. Moving to the next slide. As you all know that many companies are transforming their operations on the cloud. Of course, because of various advantages that cloud is offering, mainly less upfront investment and business, of course, you get good business scalability. However, now there is growing need of intelligent transformation. Why? Because of various factors which are affecting business sustainability of any scale of business. You can consider low to high scale of enterprises. Especially during pandemic period, we have observed various business disruptions. So that is why enterprises are now looking forward to implement various tools which are based on automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. It's a cycle of learning within organization, as you can see over here, within an organization and externally adopting new technologies using intelligent tools and process data back accordingly and give it for the experience, give it to experience it, as you can see over here. So the automation is not something new for the industry. However, as you can see in the below graph, now industries are moving from general automation or from, you have to say, digital automation to intelligent enterprises by taking advantage of mature artificial intelligence automation capabilities. As everyone notices on daily basis that we are surrounded by the smart technologies, be it IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning. You can see, robots working in the companies. Then whatever you type in the Google, and next time if you open Facebook, you will see, or the search, related search in Facebook. You have smartphones, you have virtual reality, augmented realities, robotic processes, image processing, speech to text. So many things are there. So many technologies are available, and they are so mature. And you on daily basis, you observe and you experience all these modern technologies. So I will call all such enterprises as modern enterprises who are taking help of intelligent tools. There was a request of recording session, so I'll record the session. Okay, so there was increasing demand of this particular process, and that we can call it as hyper automation. I'll explain about hyper automation in some time. But as you can see from the graph, from from industrial automation, now we are moving towards intelligent enterprise. And if you notice from digital transformation also, now companies are more and more focusing on intelligent enterprise. Why? To become more resilient and more sustainable, and of course, finally increase their productivity. So in considering SAP scenario, we have framework where we get intelligent suite, intelligent technologies, and digital platform. It's a combination of everything together. Okay, but we have to understand the challenges. Before we talk about this intelligent processes, intelligent mechanisms, or the kind of a data orchestration that we are going to achieve finally to make this any scale of enterprises more resilient and more sustainable. And that's a key word now. Those challenges, I would say there are actually multiple challenges, but prominently I would say, the first challenge is every industry is going through is volatile market. The market is so much volatile. Customer demands are increasing. There are different demands from customers. The technologies are changing. Within a span of 6 months, you get something new technology, new demand, and so many variations. So many micro market factors are affecting to the industries. And that is why industry also have to upgrade themselves. As you know, we all are working and working professional. We also upgrade ourselves just to remain in the market and to sustain in the market. Likewise, all industries are also have to remain in the market and more resilient. So this volatile market is a big challenge for any industry, any scale of industry. Okay, the second challenge that what I could see is the complicated IT structure. If you consider, this is the survey from SAP side, that any big industry has minimum 80 to 120 types of softwares installed, various IT softwares installed in their organization. So that becomes your overall IT infrastructure very much complicated.
For example, for CRM, you have certain software. For ERP, you have SAP. For other process, you have different software. Logistic, you have different solutions. So many solutions are there. And binding those solutions and moving the data from one process to another process is the big challenge. So very complex and complicated IT infrastructure is also a big challenge for any industry. Third thing is when we talk about data, getting data from various sources. You get data from your offline also, you get data, receive data online also, you receive data from websites, you get data from emails, you get data. But the major challenge is to convert this data properly into your system, and that's a big challenge because there are multiple times there are data repetition, wastage of data. So to convert that particular data into valuable research, valuable source, and to make it more profitable and should become an asset, it's a big challenge for any industry. For an example, when we talk about, let's say, let's consider one scenario where marketing people are running one campaign in the next month, and they have started advertising and they are reaching to their customers. Okay, and they are collecting the data from their existing customers I'm talking about. Okay, they are collecting data from them, their profiles, their addresses, whatever data is required for that particular campaign they are collecting. But they don't know that this data is already present in their system. Okay, maybe in some other software, but it is present already in their system, in their organization. And again, they are collecting this data. So there is a data repetition, there is a waste of time, and we are not adding any value in this. Okay, so overall you are investing your efforts, and finally it's hampering somewhere. You are hampering your process. So there is wastage of data repetition. Sometimes you get involved in low priority tasks. These all things are happening because of silo processes. Departments are connected, not connected properly with each other. Different IT landscapes. Because of such challenges, data has more than become asset. It has become sometimes liability. So convert that data into valuable asset is the big challenge for any organization. So who will convert that data? That's also a big challenge now, because there is a scarcity, or I should say lack of resources, skilled resources. I should say you get resources, of course, in the market. You put ad, you will get resources, but skilled resources is a big challenge for any industry. Because to process this data, or organize the entire structure, or the management processes, somewhere you require proper organization and proper mechanism to structure this, and for that you need skilled resources. And with a lot of surveys, you can see that there is skilled resources, it's hard to get. So, industry is going through a lot of challenges. As you can see, multiple challenges are there. It can be, it's not only with the big organization, but, organization to organization, it depends. But still, every scale of organization is having, some kind of challenges here. And as you can see, in the era of moving from on-premise system to cloud system, and you have such again infrastructure where some part is on-premise and some part is in cloud, and where you want to connect everything together, and maybe some enemy. Sometimes you have non-SAP systems there, and sometimes you get data from there. So achieving this data organization, it becomes a big challenge. So that is why the need of intelligent enterprises is there. So if the entire goal is to achieve this intelligent enterprise. Okay, and that nowadays, as you can see everywhere around you, you see artificial intelligence. Somewhere you always see artificial intelligence, machine learning. These processes have so much improved and so much matured now that of course any industry can use them properly. Okay, even if you can text to speech is speech to text is possible. Use whatever you search on the Google, somewhere you open a Facebook, you will get ad of that particular thing. So many things are face recognition system, augmented reality, virtual reality. So many things are going around. IoT is there. So as you can see, this artificial intelligence or machine learning process are so much improved that industries are leveraging them to achieve this particular hyper automation. So we'll talk about hyper automation sometime. So considering professional like us, so what is our role in overall process, that we have to understand. As you all know that somewhere industry needs quality of resources, right? And they don't get resources in the market, proper and good resources in the market, but they want to achieve their target, they want to sustain in the market. And as I told you, the market demand is ever changing, so they have to remain they have to keep that pace. Yep. You can consider if your competitor is going ahead and they have implemented a lot of intelligent processes and you are still running on your traditional processes, of course you will be behind the market, right? So there is a strong need of skilled resources, and you don't get it. And to tackle all these challenges, you can play a role in that particular area. How? I have considered three types of professionals over here. One can be manager at managerial level, SAP functional consultant, professional, solution architect, enterprise architects. Okay. The second category, sorry, the second category is SAP technical consultant, that includes your SAP basis or SAP developers. And third category could be non-SAP professionals or beginners or freshers. So who can fill up this gap? All of them. They all can play role, and that is why there is a strong demand in the market of hyper automation, and they need a good consultant, an expert consultant to achieve this particular task. So how you can do it? It is called as citizen developer. Okay, let's assume that if you are SAP functional consultant or solution architect and you do not have any coding background, okay, you are not a programmer, you are not a developer, but you have a domain knowledge, strong domain knowledge. For example, if you are MM or SD, you have a good logistic knowledge. You and as well as your customer's pain area. That is important. It's not just that you have domain knowledge, but also at the same time what customer needs and what is their demand and their pain areas. Daily they have certain problems that you always understand. But at the same time, your hands are tied, and you cannot do programming. You cannot give them proper solutions. You know that you can develop solution, but you can't offer them any solutions. Somewhere you feel that then you will need any technical person or developer, a guy who will develop something for you, and then that time you can offer that solution to customer, and that might take some time also. Okay, so why you are not becoming now developer? Why you can't become developer? It's possible now. It's possible because of citizen developer. Now SAP is aggressively focusing on citizen development. Citizen development is based on LCNC, that is low code and no code. That's the strategy. Okay, where it's a low code and no code. So even if you don't have any coding background or programming background, still you can develop various applications, various program, and you can design various robots in SAP system to achieve automation, to achieve data orchestration, and overall to optimize SAP related or overall industrial processes. Independently, you can do this work. You can call it as a business developer, citizen developer, but as I told you, SAP is more and more focusing on citizen development. So for that, you do not, even if you do not have any programming knowledge, with the help of LCNC based tools, you will be able to achieve it. It's more of configuration than coding, and that will help any company to convert their data into valuable asset and give them proper proposition. You can develop various apps, various projects in the system. You can develop various bots in the system to achieve their pain points, to tackle their pain points, and you can implement them in the SAP ecosystem. And it's not just SAP. If they have multiple softwares, non-SAP software also, you can connect them using bots. So likewise, you can achieve end-to-end automation. And even you are functional consultant or solution or managerial level, where you first interact with customers and to understand their requirements and to understand their business, and finally you are going to set up that system into SAP offerings. That time you can propose all the solution and you can develop all the solution independently. So this is how you can play a role in this particular area. And now if you will notice it, in a couple of years, citizen developer demand will increase by like anything. And SAP targets, I can also tell you SAP's target is by 2025 they want to achieve 60% of automation in their existing customer base. Right now, if you see the market scenario, only 6 to 7% customers are adopting automation. In that also, they have overall 40 to 50% process are automated. And as I can see the scenario that now everyone is trying to achieve automation. So that is why SAP has set their target that by 2025 they want to automate so many processes. Okay. If you are a technical consultant, let's assume that if you are a technical consultant, if you are a ABAPer, or if you are working in Fury, UFI, or you are a basis consultant, you can also, play a good role in this. Why? Because, how you can do it, that I'll explain it to you. If you are a developer, sometimes you develop everything from scratch. That you don't have to do now, because time is money. Customers also want fast solutions, fast implementations. And if you are starting everything from scratch, then it is going to hamper their process. Okay, so being technical consultant, you can take the advantage of LCMC based tools. You can develop your bots, you can extend your bots, you can connect to your on-premise systems. You can use ABAP also in that. UFI screens you can connect. Okay, so various processes you can connect as a technical person. From basis point of view, there are so many applications, and you can also become BTP administrator, cloud administrator. Okay, business technology platform. Okay, that is platform as a service. Okay, it's completely cloud-based service. And if any customer wants to get the cloud-based service of SAP, they should go through a BTP. They will only get it as BTP. Okay, so many services, more than 90% services are offered by SAP. And for non-SAP professional also, that's a 4 category. For them also, there is a good amount of scope. If they have coding skill, if they have domain knowledge, here in this process, particularly RPA, considering RPA, chatbots, and BTP, you don't have to be SAP professional. Other people from outside SAP, non-SAP people can also work in this particular area. But since you are a functional consultant, technical consultant, you get added advantage, obviously, because you already have SAP knowledge, you have functional and domain knowledge, and you know how the system works, SAP system works. So that's the advantage you get more than even non-SAP consultant. But it's not something like they can't do work. They also can do work in this particular area. Okay, so there is a good amount of opportunity for everyone, for any type of professional. So it is not irrespective of your background. You can work into hyper automation. And as I said, citizen developer is going to be a buzzword now in the market within a couple of years. You will notice it because SAP is more and more focusing on citizen development. Just Google for this particular domain, you will find that how the SAPs actually want to get more and more into automation. Okay, so a lot of opportunities are there for everyone. As I can see that a lot of many companies considering if from Indian context or international market, every company has their separate intelligent division to develop various products, various applications based on intelligent mechanism automation. As you can see, I've got this from different websites that Accenture, IBM. If consider, take example of any company now. Every company has now solution. Particularly they are working in separate practice, I should say, in intelligent enterprise to develop various applications. In the last, I think in the last month only, Wipro has I think in the December month, Wipro has launched 6 bots into SAP system for their customers, and their plan is to launch within a couple of months. They are planning to launch more than dozen of bots for their customers. TC has launched intelligent chatbots for their customers. Every company has now started offering various solutions for their customers, because their customers are now demanding automation, automatic process, optimize their processes, optimize their data orchestration. So every company is now gearing up their practices in this particular area, RPA. Okay. So in this course, we will be, I'll be majorly focusing on starting with business technology platform. As I said, like it's a cloud-based platform, and SAP is offering so many solutions on the top of it. And as you can see, you can divide this particular platform in number of sections, particularly in database and data management, analytics. In database and data management, you can consider HANA and in the cloud as a solution. Okay, SAP HANA, various database related solutions. Then in the analytics, they have analytics cloud and different analytics related. So recently, they also have SAP Signavio. Okay, where you can see where the bottleneck is there in your process. Okay, in the application development, you can have intelligence suite and extension suite, where you can connect various SAP and non-SAP products together, whether it is on-premise, irrespective of their position, that is on-premise or cloud, you can connect them together. Okay, so this is the third, I should say, pillar. These are 4 pillars, I should say, of BTP platform. Okay, and in the fourth one, we have intelligent technologies, where we have RPA, conversational AI, that is CAI, and IoT. Then you have RUM and various AI ML based processes. Many services are there considered under intelligent technologies. Okay, so these are we can call it as four pillars of BTP platform. As you can see over here also, a lot of things are offered by SAP, and since it is cloud-based solution, they have excellent security also, right? I mean, every company will want their data to be secure, and they have excellent solutions for all the services offered. Some services are security-based services. You can achieve workflow also, workflow management. This is cloud-based workflow. Okay, you can develop mobile apps. If you are from technical person, you can have various DevOps solutions, CI/CD pipeline integration. You can achieve with for SAP non-SAP systems, you can connect them together, and to achieve data orchestration, data flow between them, event management, machine learning, AI, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. So many things are offered on BTP platform. Okay, so we will be in the course, we'll be taking we'll be learning basics of for BTP, and as everybody knows now, those who are working already in BTP, they of course they obviously know, but they might have heard the word of BTP, and it's going to be future. Okay, because many companies are now moving to cloud, so BTP is now the prominent product of SAP. Okay, so out of box, if you consider over here, then for process automation, reduce their operation cost or capital expenditure, operation expenditure, to achieve data orchestration and of course automation. Finally, as SAP out of box, they are offering many products. So I'll just read out this. These are things we are going to learn in the course: iRPA and artificial intelligence ML based services, and of course BTP basics. And in the past, it didn't make a lot of sense to invest in a big IT project. But now companies, if you notice, somewhere they are achieving business process. If you consider business process management from that perspective, considering their existing process and investing in the futuristic technology, they are now more and more focusing on, investing in fact in these technologies. Many companies now, with the possibility of hyper automation, the advance in the low code and no code software development, business process management is entering a new era where any employee can decide to become a citizen developer. See over here, you can learn to cheaply and effectively build processes automation to power your daily work, even using complex capabilities like machine learning and integrations to other software systems. So now, how you can achieve it? It's using hyper automation. So what SAP is trying is end-to-end automation. It's not just one part of automation, but SAP is more and more focusing on hyper automation, end-to-end automation. That means everywhere, everything and everywhere is in all line of business. As you can notice, all line of business, whether it is HR, logistic, whatever process, finance, and for everything, in that vertical also, for all the processes and for everyone, whoever using those systems or those processes, for them everywhere they want to achieve automation. That is called as hyper automation. And RPA, CAI are all these processes are part of hyper automation, considering business process management and to improve that particular processes. The tools are part of hyper automation process used in improvement of business process management. Okay, so now we are going to see a small demo based on this, how this process works. Since we have limited time, I have created a basic demo actually. Okay, any questions from anyone so far? We can keep this session interactive, no problem.
So SAP BTP can be connected to R3 system also. Those are not in S4HANA or
Yes.
cloud system.
Yes, it can be connected. It can be connected even to a non-SAP system. Since it's a cloud-based solution, it can connect to even non-cloud systems, on-premise system.
Could you give a real-time example where we can do the AI? We can use the AI, like we are creating sales order, delivery, all these things.
Yes. So here, let's see sales order example only I have created. It's a basic example I have created. So in this demo, you will see that I am chatting with Chatbot. Let's assume that I am chatting with Chatbot. I am instructing my Chatbot to create a sales order for me. And once it is created, I'm connecting this process to on-premise system. And once the sales order is created, it is giving me back its reply that this document number of sales order number it is going to give me back. So you can just observe the process that I'm passing one file path to Chatbot, and I'm chatting with Chatbot, and after that Chatbot will connect further, and it will create a sales order finally. So I'll just show you this demo.
Yeah, Prasad, hi.
Yeah.
Prasad, you are using BTP cockpit for creating this chatbot, or like platform? Which platform you are using for creating a chatbot?
Yeah, that I'm going to teach in the course. But BTP will be extensively using BTP cockpit. Okay. Since that's the entry point, right?
Okay, and technology, that language which you are using, like although it's low code or no code, but still we require some language, right, to create that scenario,
right?
Or it's a drag and drop.
See, most of the time it is a drag and drop. The language will be using JavaScript, little bit of JavaScript. So whatever is required, I'll be teaching during the course only. Okay, even functional consultant would be able to understand it. But I know if you observe it, many times this question come like, still if it is low code and no code, still you require coding, some scale of coding. But if you notice is, since I have been noticing that SAP is improving, particularly in considering RPA or even CAI, they have so much improved that every month they are adding so many things in the particular rollouts in this particular products, that they are reducing the coding work, completely reducing, eliminating. In fact, their target is eliminate coding. Okay. And whatever is basic minimum skills are required for development or programming point of view, that I'll be teaching during the course, and that is more than sufficient.
But as you said, when you create a sales order, you need the material details, you need the ship to sold to all these things. How do, because it is in SAP system, whether it is an R3 or then how you will get that all details
from SAP system itself? If you want, yes, okay. So if you, let's assume that if you have on-premise system, okay, where everything is there, data is there, you can access the data from SAP system in your bot. Okay, you have to connect to your SAP system and to get the data also, and to send the data also.
So how do you get? You have to use some middleware system. How do you get? You cannot access directly through BTP or what?
That I'll be teaching in the course itself. How you can do that?
Probably, I think you will be creating a cloud connector connection, right, Prasad?
Yes, that is one part of it. Yes.
Okay.
Prasad, as a integration developer,
from basis point of view, if you consider, yes, I'll be teaching some basics of it, where you can become even basis cloud administrator, I should say, where again cloud connector is a part of it.
No. Then how is the security? Then anyone can know their customer details?
The security, they have a lot of security mechanism, from single sign-on, lot of things are there. I'll be explaining during the course also how secure it is. Many services are there already there on BTP platform to achieve the security. It's very much protected.
Very much protected. Okay.
There is one thing like as you are covering in this particular course related to RPA, right? So as from the integration perspective, development perspective, how it will help us like this particular course help the integration developer?
Yeah. So are you a technical person?
Yes.
Are you working in integration suite or something like that?
Yes. CPI.
CPI,
right.
Right. So this will be additional skill for you. Okay. Where in your case you are connecting non-SAP and SAP system.
Right.
The purpose is different. The purpose over there is more of achieving flowing of data from one system to other system, right? But here the more focus is using artificial intelligence and machine learning system. I will also explain after this. Maybe I'll explain or during this session I'll be explaining one case also how you can achieve it. You like something like speech to text. Just speak to bot, and it will convert into text. Such kind of services also you can connect.
I extend my query. Basically, like what we are doing is we are just like pulling the data from the non-SAP system or SAP system and do the logics and just send the data to the target system. So in this particular, this is a completely different scenario, right? It's not help us in ease the transformation or something. It's completely a parallel thing.
So you cannot say it's a parallel thing. It is more of an intelligent base. I'll explain you with the example. I'll explain later how it will work. Yeah. So two things are different. What you are doing is more of an integration between non-SAP and SAP system.
Right.
Okay. Internally, you are achieving data orchestration. Okay. This is more of a screen scraping logic. I'll explain it to you. We'll proceed, then I'll explain you with one example. Okay. So let's check one demo over here. where I'm creating a sales order. It's very basic demo. It can be very complicated also. Okay, so scenario can be very complicated, but you will achieve it using chatbot and RPA. So here, so from web browser, I'm opening my chatbot. I'm chatting with chatbot just to upload the sales order. So that's the sales order number generated, 3539, and it's giving back me the result. Sales order number 3539 is generated in my chat window. Okay, so this is how you can connect with various system, and then using even chatbot you can install to the robot. From mobile also you can connect to your SAP system.
Now, like
Prasad.
SAP screen which you are showing, so this kind of we require, like if we create a BDC or something, so at that time we create a recording. So that is also used, that kind of recording, like if bot receive that particular file, then it will hit the S4 system, and then that recording run, and then create a that number, and then it will provide.
Yes. The thing, and see, the importance of RPA is, as I told you, automation is not something new for SAP, right? You achieve LSMW BDC through, even job scheduling, you upload the data. Here, the purpose is more to, add intelligence in the system. Okay, you can connect to success factor. You can connect to a non-SAP system. You can connect, to chatbot. You can achieve trigger workflows. That's the advantage. You can scan PDFs. You can scan images.
Right. So in your scenario,
open emails. You can send emails.
Right. In your scenario, you require to do that background work as well, or like basic of, like, could you please explain like how you create this? And
two processes are there. Two processes are there. One is, like, as you said, like set of instruction we can give, right? That's the one part. Second is you can train your bots. Okay, that's one more process, which is more, you can say achieving artificial intelligence, using artificial intelligence. You can train your bots.
So both responsibility of this thing, like for that setting instructions and giving to the bots, are for the RPA developer, right?
RPA developer, right?
So he should have the knowledge of background SAP S4 HANA system as well, or this BTP cockpit.
It's not mandatory to have a knowledge. So it is, if you have the knowledge, it is advantage for you.
Okay. So
Prasad. How do you bot know? Yeah, how do you bot know which ship to, which cell to he will use to create the sales order? And in real time, no one will execute in foreground. That means no one will create. Suppose there are 2,000 orders will be created per day. No one will use manually like this. What you have shown. How do this automation work actually?
Yeah. So that I want to know. That process you are going to set, and that instruction you are giving to what you want to fetch exactly, and that configuration work you will be going to do.
Configuration will do, but where you get that actually? That because there are 50,000 materials for a company. So in real time, how do you know which material I have to use? You don't know, because in SAP the database is there, so you can check the material is correct or not. So normally in previous scenario, what we will do, suppose customer material there, then we have to map to the SAP material, all these things. But here you are telling the real time. That means from SAP system material coming. So how do you know which material we have to use? How do you know in material description, all these details.
That process you will be setting in the bot. Okay, so you see, it is not something like, you have 50,000 material. 50,000 materials are already in the system. You are, for example, one supplier is there. You are not going to send any material to that supplier, right? Purchase order you are not going to generate for, if that supplier is supplying only some material, 3-4 materials. You are not going to send any material to that supplier, right? So you know the processes, right? Which material should be added to that PO, and that PO to whom to send those POs. That process, and same process we have to set up in the bot. So bot will work according to our instruction.
Okay, hi Prasad, Prashant this side. I had a question. You had mentioned you're going to teach us BTP, CPI as well as RPA.
It's not CPI actually. It's not CPI.
Okay.
It's RPA and CAI, conversational AI.
Okay, so I just want to know what are the topic you're going to teach us in during that training frame, and what should be the process when how we going to start the demo in our test system, or what is?
I'll explain at the end, and I'll send all topics to you also, to all your emails. What are the pointers I'll be covering? That I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prasad, as that particular bot you showed us. So as we all know, like we can create our own trial account on BTP Cockpit. So in the end of this session, could you help us out, like how we can try, or we can do our hands-on?
Yes, it's not only that during the course, after the course also, if you want to continue, you can continue with this. If you are planning, if your company is planning for optimization, and if they are planning to,
what are the prerequisites for this course?
If you are a functional, that's enough for you. If you are a technical person, that's enough for you. You don't need any special prerequisite for it. And answering to your question, back to your question, after the course also, I'll be helping you out. It's something like, if your company recently there is a case, one of my participant, they actually that participant in US, and their company is planning to automate certain process, and he's already learning from me. So what I'm going to do is, after the course, I'm going to help him how you can do it. So it's not just like, it's going to be a relationship. When after the course, I'll be helping out to actually of course, if you're planning to go for it, then we'll help you out. Yes. I think let me first finish this, and then we will, rest of the question we'll take at the end. Okay. So anyone was asking a question? I mean, is it related to this? Then I can.
Prasad. Prasad. Will it be also helpful for like FI side also? Means FICO also?
FICO is the most focused area. Focus area. SAP has their own bots also in the system. Okay, and most of the bots, almost 40% bots are dedicated for FICO, because FICO has most complicated processes. Receivable, payable, lot of things, month ends, transactions, all you can schedule.
Prasad, SAP has standard bots as well?
PP also has certain bots. But finance, most of the bots are dedicated for finance, because finance, they have very critical operation. Account payable, in that case, what you get the data from in your emails, then you read out, maybe you download Excel sheets, one by one you enter the things, right? All these things you can automate.
Right.
And that's the best part of it, because sometimes the main see, here only I'll explain you, because we are at the right slide now. It's not just it's not something like, it's actually myth that it is taking our jobs, but it is not. It is something like, it will work as an assistance for us. It is like a digital worker, as a helper. So to reduce our burden, here, as you can see, it will increase the accuracy. Even if you're typing and daily, and even SAP has observed that many employees who are working in the organization, if they are doing this repetitive task daily, okay, it's a boring work actually, and they get demotivated. So, it is kind of a helper function where low priority tasks or repetitive tasks you can automate. Okay, if you have certain transactions, let's assume that if there are, daily there is a vendor registration process, for example, business partner registration process. Okay, it may not be daily, but it could be daily. Okay, in that case, you don't have to download, maybe vendor has sent you a number of files, let's say their details, company name, GST number, maybe GST certificate it has sent to you. It has sent to tax related, any other tax related information, maybe any certificate, quality certificate they have sent it to you. And if you are downloading that data one by one, and if you are scanning it and then uploading to the system, then it's very tedious, and it's not value addition task as such. Okay, for any employee. So, instead of wasting time in this repetitive or boring tasks, you can engage that employee into some additional valuable task. And this you can allocate to a robot. Robot will download it. It will scan the document. PDF also it will scan. If it is a PDF format, that will also it will scan. It will extract the data automatically. It will use AI services in this. That cannot be achieved by SMW or BDC. Okay, that's the extension. End-to-end scenarios you can achieve. That cannot be. Yeah.
This process with the attachment of document, both can be done through this process.
Yes.
Okay. Prasad, my query is related to this particular, which is right now on the screen, like for the no coding required. But as you mentioned, there is a requirement of JavaScript as well. So could you please help us out, like how much JavaScript required? Like we have to write the scripts, and on the like kind of stories on that basis, bot will work, or
yeah, it's not that required to that extent. Okay, so it is something like low code and no code. It's not something like completely no code. Okay, it's a low code, but low code is how much even a functional consultant can understand, and that is what they want to achieve. Actually, what SAP is trying to achieve is that thing, because that's the challenge in every industry is facing now. That you cannot have all the time. You cannot have skilled technical person to do that job. So it's more of a configuration now. Even more than coding, it is more of a configuration now. There are so many libraries, ready-made libraries available, which you can just use it without any coding. Internally, it will generate code for you.
So if it is only configuration, then you should know the end-to-end process. That means like functional consultant.
See, anyway, functional consultant knows the processes, right? They have domain knowledge.
If you're
even if it is a technical consultant, right now also technical consultant work with functional person, right? And if you discuss with, this process is something like when you are discussing with customer, they know what process they want to achieve finally, what they want to automate that process. The automation will be. They can tell you the requirement, right? Finally, they are going to tell you what we want. So that process, even technical person can understand.
No. If configuration is required, like suppose they have to configure all the material details, like 13, 14 tabs are there in SAP. So how do the technical consultant do the configuration?
Yeah, you see, end user knows, right, how to do that. Let's forget about functional consultant. When we are implementing the system, maybe you might need functional guy. At that time you might need, and you can take help of functional consultant in that case. Okay, now how from which tab you want the data, or sometimes it is now whatever input you give, the accordingly screen will change internally, or transaction will change. For example, let's say let's take the same example where vendor business partner case. According to your business roles, the screen will also change, right? So in that case, you have to accordingly you have to set instruction to the robot, and in that case you can take help of a functional consultant, or even end user know that process. You can take help of him also, or her also. Finally, what you want to achieve, the automation, right? So let me first finish this session, and then we'll again take the question and answer. Okay, so here what we have is, more accuracy we are achieving because we are not entering anything manually. It will be automated. Productivity rate is increasing. Compliances, from audit point of view, you get a lot of things consistent. It is, less coding is where no coding is required. Cost cutting technology. You don't have to, being into cloud, you don't have to upfrontly invest lot of cost. Considering infrastructure cost, capex related activity. Reliability increases, reduce burden of IT. And as you can see over here also the comparison, earlier used to take weeks of time to, or months, even week to months of time to implement any solution. Okay, but now it is like even RPA bots, there are so many cases SAP has explained that they have achieved RPA within a week also, within hours also. Okay, this is not the speed of implementation, so it is like value to time now. Okay, customers also want fast solutions, and because of this ready-made tools, low code no code based tools, you can easily set up the process, and you can immediately execute those processes, and you can show it to your client, take the trials and freeze the requirement immediately. That is what you are reducing over here in overall processes. Okay, so considering the RPA provider and overall market of RPA, see, in this course we will be mainly focusing, since we will be more focusing on RPA. So I'll explain you the competitors of SAP also. And right now many of you have heard of UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, Nice. They are the leaders so far in the market. But SAP now has become major contender in this. From entry level, now they have now become major contender. Why? Because they already have so many solutions. It is implemented more in their systems are implemented at various sectors, and so many customers are already there. They are implemented SAP best technology, so it's always easy to go with SAP related solution, which is really tightly integrated with SAP related products. You get ready-made functionalities. You will, that is what's the best advantage you get. That I'll explain it to you once we come to that side. But right now, as you can see, there are so many competitors. Microsoft has entered into RPA area. Google has also entered. I think Microsoft has also taken over one company recently. And yes, Automation Anywhere, UiPath has raised some $1 billion funds in this. Automation Anywhere is, I think they are the leaders now. UiPath is the leader. Automation Anywhere is also one of the leaders. Blue Prism. So many products are there in the market. Their own products. SAP has their own product, that is iRPA. Okay, intelligent RPA, which we are going to learn. Okay, and other IBM is also there. So considering overall market scenario, as you can see, North America is the largest market so far by 2019, and if you considering the scenario, which is a future scenario by 2020 to 30, it's going to be fastest market in particular in APAC region. Okay, as you can see from the these data also, you can get it on the internet. So $1 billion industry now. RP is it's really going huge. It is already $1 billion industry, and it is increasing by the rate of 36%, 36.3%, as you can notice it over here. That's the growth rate now of RPA, because every industry is now demanding RPA. This is the data of chatbots and cloud overall cloud market scenario. Okay, and you can see more and more demand from particular sectors I have mentioned over here. Especially if you consider RPA related sectors, then you can notice that so many sectors where we can achieve RPA. Various processes are there in every sector, so we can automate. Then all sectors have some form of repetitive process. I will also show you some some white papers where surveys where they have sector wise they have also given where percentage wise they have given how much percentage they have achieved automation, how much it is required now. Okay, especially finance sector requires a lot of automation in every, of course, in every industry. Finance sector is there, right? So this is the scenario, as you can see, overall sector-wise scenario, RPA scenario by 2021, by 2021. these are some. Can you just mute from your side? So someone. Yeah. So here, what you have, someone was asking me about the PP scenarios. So here, from line of business, if I discuss some examples I have collected, where in the asset management you can have mass asset acquisition, creation of business partner, or those you can automate. Finance related, various bots are already available. HR related, where you have employee onboarding process, success factor you can integrate. You can upload resumes, you can scan the resumes. Okay. And SDMM, logistic related scenario, various scenarios are there. PP related, production order creation, resource allocation. Then you can also connect to of course warehouse management. You can connect to warehouse management, where you can automate certain processes, extend your processes to warehouse. Then basis automatic ticket creation, where you can interact. If let's assume one case where you forgot your password, SAP password, and you are raising a ticket. So basis person will resolve that issue. So these, all this ticketing under resolve, problem resolution solution you can achieve through RPA, automated processes. Okay, then even some bots can update systems automatically. Some miscellaneous bots are there, like frequently asked questions, like especially in case of onboarding process, employee onboarding process. Employees may ask certain typical questions, whom I will report, or what will be my job role, or whatever. So you can straight away discuss with chatbots. You don't need any HR person to instruct you. Okay, maybe after that, if you want, sometimes it may happen that you are, so first day and systems will be allocated to you. Then RP can connect to automatically to workflow, and then you can get approvals automatically. You don't have to involve any person into that process. Okay, likewise, according to your business cases, according to your scenario, you can, according to your domain, you can map your cases, and you can achieve it through RPA. Okay, there are ready-made solutions also. Every year SAP is adding bots. Okay, according to the sectors, according to line of business, of course. Then there are smart talks, customer relationship bots you can have. Okay, majorly we can also use them for with your suppliers. Sometimes supplier ask for their invoice status, payment status. That time even the bot can check into your system and then reply to that customer, or send notifications to you that your supplier is asking on the status of the payment or invoice status. Dunning process, lot of things are there. You can achieve according to your line of business, according to your domain. So in the course of what we are going to do, we are also, I'm going to teach SAP related automation also, but at the same time, my motive is, like, if you have any particular case, for example, if someone from PP had joined the course, and if they have any particular cases, and if they want to automate that case, we will consider that case in our course. Anyway, we are going to learn some real-time cases only, but if you have any specific case, that also we will consider during the course. Okay, and then we'll try to create bots out of it.
Prasad, for integration development, you didn't mention anything. Like all these are the functional modules in which you mentioned. So could you please let us know for the PO or CPI consultant, any cases in which both will help?
No, for you see, for technical consultant, as I told you, it will be additional skill for you.
Okay.
Okay, it is considered as additional skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like CPI also, automation also now. Okay, so see, CPI is a part of integration suite.
Right.
And this RPA, chatbots, workflow are part of extension suite. You are enhancing your capacity of your applications. There you are integrating. Here you are enhancing the capacities. So along with CPI related services, which you learn typically using BTP only. Okay. Additionally, now you can also enter into this particular scheme, the extension suite.
Okay.
Okay, so there are a lot of openings in Extension Suite also. Extension Suite developer especially.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, hi Prasad, Devesh this side.
Uh-huh.
I am a BO consultant, SAP BO consultant, and I'm a bit into SAC. So
Okay.
how this course is going to be beneficial for us, guys like us?
See, as I said, like as I mentioned over here, various business or line of businesses. See, you have to the main motive over here is to achieve automation and to optimize the processes. So from you, see, I'm not expert in BO. If you have any such cases, if you want to discuss with me, then I can tell you, I can suggest you, how we can optimize and how we can achieve the process automation in this. Okay, so according to your domain, according to your sector, you have to map where the customer problem is, where is the repetitive task for customer, where they need automation. According to that, you have to think about the automation.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
See, SAP now has 100+ products. Okay, so many success factor. If you are not even a success factor expert, you can just take help of that consultant, and if they want any automation in that place, you can automate. And even if you are a success factor consultant, you will also able to do it. Okay, so talking especially about iRPA over here, that competitive advantage of iRPA over other products. There are so many things, but especially I want to stress on this particular part where we have SAP compatibility. Okay, here since iRPA is also SAP product, and if you are automating any SAP related, especially SAP related process, you get tight integration. A lot of libraries, ready-made libraries are available now. If you want to connect with SuccessFactors, iRPA, ready-made solutions are there, and you can use them. Okay, that's the beauty if you're going with iRPA. If you want to connect Chatbot is also, CAI is also one of the SAP's product again. Workflow management in the cloud, you also get on-premise workflow. You also get on cloud workflow. That's called a workflow management. You can connect to workflow. You can connect to IoT. Okay, if you want, let's assume that there is a case where you need temperature control system, where sensors are detecting temperature and they are sending data to you, which you can for that you can use some additional service which is available with SAP only, IoT related service, and you can connect to our RPA. Okay, so likewise, so many services also you can connect, and that's the beauty of going with SAP related product, SAP iRPA especially, that you get good integration, good amount of integration. Then one more, I should say, pre-built bots. As I told you, pre-built bots are also there. Roadmap, as I can see that every month they are having releases, rollouts, and I can see that a lot of development is going on in this particular section. Security, someone was asking me the question about the security, cloud security, all the whatever security factors are there, they have all maintained in the BTP platform. Okay, so same will be using RPA will be based on that only. Then flexible pricing is there. Pricing will during the course I'll talking about the pricing, where for development and testing purpose they don't charge much. They don't even charge, in fact, and they will only charge when you run the bots. Okay, so flexible pricing is there. A lot of competitive advantages are there. Okay, if you want to learn about the success story, you can check over here. This site is there, Wahoo, or you can search for Wahoo Chemical Group. I'll also show some more cases to you after this session.
Prasad, I have a question here. Yes. After this course, will we be ready for certification, or what actually? If I want to take certification in RPA, what is the process or road for that?
Okay, so there is no specific certification in RPA, but you can consult with the expert, SAP expert, or who are into certifications. Okay, if they have anything, what BTP they have.
Yeah, I know it's there in BTP, but I'm just specifically asking about RPA.
No, RPA, as far as my knowledge, they don't have any specific certification. but more of it is, there, as I said, like more focuses on citizen development, where even, the person who don't have much knowledge of coding can achieve the result. That's what they, main focus is. Certification, you may have to consult with the expert.
Okay. Okay.
Hi,
So,
Prasad. BTP certification or what? BTP certification is beneficial for basis guys, or anybody can do it. Means like developers with analytics developer can also do that and make a career out of it.
see, if you understand the BTP properly, BTP is a platform, okay, where you have multiple services based on it. So if you are going with, specific services, and if they have any certification in that area, then you can go for that particular certification. As from basis point of view, you can be, cloud administrator. Okay, where you can set up your BTP platform to, of course, when you're transforming to cloud, you have to set up everything right in the cloud. So from basis point of view, you can become cloud administrator, where you can set up various accounts, sub accounts, and various processes you can set up within your organization, and you can allocate the roles. There is roles and responsibilities. You can allocate as per your requirement. Security provisions you can make. Someone was discussing about the cloud connector, that also you can set up. It's a part of administrator work. That during the course I'll be teaching that how you can do it.
Okay.
As you can say, RPA, as an RPA, you have a lot of as a job title, you can go with SAP extension suite developer. Yeah, someone was asking about the integration part, and here you can become an extension suite developer. Okay, SAP RPA developer. Independently also you can practice, consult to any company. Citizen developer, that's what their focus is. Techno, you as a functional guy, you can become techno functional consultant as such. RPA developer, RPA solution architect, RPA business analyst, RPA specialist. And as you can see, the sector wise also I have given the showing you the chart, okay, where, as you can notice that BFSI, manufacturing, every sector actually, in every sector you need, automation, and you need, those experts. Okay, banking and finance especially. When we talk about chatbots, banking, many banking and finance sectors are now, they need chatbots. Okay, this is a McKinsey survey that it is estimated that automated system could undertake the work equivalent to 140 million jobs by 2025. That's McKinsey's prediction. Okay, so many job titles are there. Once you become expert in this. Talking about the course, I'm conducting, the course is starting from 13th of March, from Sunday. My current batches will end by first week of March, and it's basically BTP. We'll be starting with BCP, then RPA is our main focus, CAI. Then we will also integrate all of them together. Then I have total 3 batches. Weekdays, I have batch from Monday to Friday in the morning. Okay.
So what is the duration of this course, Prasad?
Yeah, I'm explaining it to you. So in the weekdays, I have batch from Monday to Friday. In the morning session, I have 8 to 9. Okay, and in the evening, I have 7 to 8. Those because some people are joining from US, or some right now in my batch there are some people from Singapore and in Europe. So they, because of their time difference, I have kept one evening batch, that is 7 to 8. And also for, especially for working professional, I have weekend batches, and weekend batches timing is 8 to 10 in the morning for 2 hours. If it is weekdays batch, then it is 1 hour. But if it is weekend batch, then we have 2 hours batches, Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours, 8 to 10, and weekdays 8 morning 8 to 9, and evening 7 to 8. Then it's starting from 13 March. I should not say it's a fee, it's an investment for you, because we'll be learning 3 units in this: BTP, RPA, CAI, and of course integration of all of them. The course duration is approximately 30 hours, 30 plus approximately. It would take around more than a month. It would take to finish the course. Okay, depends on which batch you are selecting. Then after that, as I said, like if someone wants to continue, they want some more hands-on experience. Of
So
course,
Prasad, how does it is broken up? How many hours for RPA? How many hours for BTP? How many hours for the?
Yes.
What is the breakup of the course?
So percentage wise, if I should say 60% time is dedicated for RPA. Okay, 50 to 60% time. Okay, initially we'll be starting with BTP because with BTP you have to start with BTP, of course. BTP basic, because BTP is an ocean actually, I should say. So of course we cannot learn everything, but basics, whatever is required, and whatever is required from RPA point of view also we'll check in the BTP. And can you just mute so that I can explain? Yeah. So from RP point of view, so we'll also see how we can set up BTP. Then after that, RP is our main focus, and finally is the CAI. And after that also, like I said, like after the course, some people need maybe hands-on experience they want. During the course we have, of course, we have some time limitations, so we cannot consider all the cases. So after the course also, if they want to continue, if people are preferring, it's optional, of course. But if they want to continue, they can do that. We can in that case, if they have any live cases, business scenarios, that also we will consider. And during the course also, if anybody wants to execute their own process, domain related process, we will try to do that. Okay, that's for especially for non SAP candidate, that would be more useful. To go with kind of an, I shouldn't say internship, but it's kind of hands-on experience extension of this particular course. Okay, that's yeah.
So what is the scope of extension developer you are telling? Yeah, here is the extension suite developer.
Yeah, extension suite. Yeah, so extension suite, see, RPA is a part of extension suite. So BTP, as you can see, they have integration suite, extension suite. So this is majorly part of extension suite. So use, of course, use SOAP because it's a future. Okay, so
in the first part, actually, when you do that is the extension suite, integration and extension suite, application development. How the RPA actually give the extension suite, where there is the there is a that means there is application development and integration, where we are doing all the extension of the any existing functions or all these things. But
see,
in RPA,
it is not part of application development. It is part of intelligent solutions. It's part of it, but it is somewhere. I mean, considering the pillars, it is part of intelligent solution. But you can consider, since you are extending various processes and applications, so it is considered as an extension suite. As a developer, you can have extension suite developer also. You can go with that job also, or RP developer also, or independent. You can consult also. Okay. So
what will do the extension? Any real time, what will do the extension? We are doing the automation, yeah, that is okay. But we will do the extension here. That I want to understand.
No, I didn't get your question properly. Extension in the sense, see, we are kind of enhancing or extending the application, existing processes. Okay, kind of extending the processes. That is why it is part of extension. Okay, and it's not just just RPA. It is completely a part of hyper automation process. We're end to end, extending the existing processes, and we are trying to achieve the hyper automation. Okay, I'll show you some cases also here. I mean that's the end of my presentation. But since we were talking about particularly SAP business cases, so. There are some surveys, white papers, and also some real-time implementation also. Some companies case studies also, while I explain it to you. So is this PDF visible to you, everyone?
Yes.
So here, as you can see over here, this is related especially for the procurement processes, where they have conducted survey during COVID period with Indian Institute of Material Management, and their observation is where a greater need of for automation cloud-based application is required, especially considering the procurement scenario. Okay, because they have observed that during the COVID period there was a lot of obstructions in procurement processes. So that time they particularly many companies noticed that now there is strong need of automation over here. Okay, considering various sector-wise scenarios, industrial manufacturing, chemicals, some of them I'm explaining to you. You can download all this survey from SAP sites, of course. Here, as you can notice, 30% of enterprises have labor-intensive and manual operations. Still, that's their focus area now. So, top area for automation in 2021 and 22 are the customer and employee engagement functions, considering industrial manufacturing. Considering chemical sector, you have 52% of enterprises have labor-intensive and manual operation, as it is mentioned over here. Top areas for automation are supply chain, customer support, and service functions. Okay. Some more cases, let's see. Life science, you have 70% of enterprises have large and fully automated operation. Here, 70%. Top areas automations for automation in our customer engagement functions and operational functions and backend processes, considering life sciences. Professional services, 60% of enterprises have large and fully automated process. Top areas for automation is our customer support, service, and employee related functions. So likewise, you can also check for all other sectors. These all are surveys, and all the material is available on SAP's website. You can check it. You can also search for citizen developer. You can also look for hyper automation process. These are some case studies which I want to show. These are some companies, they have already automated their processes or in process of automating more and more processes. Once they are automated, one process they get the result. After that, they start implementing some more processes. It's a step-by-step journey. Then some more. This is European company HP. Singa state. So many cases are there. You will find all the cases also on SAP. So website, as you can see, automating business process to increase productivity and enhance user experience. There was one case explained by SAP where particularly related to finance, where they had I think account receivable process. They used to run that process or work on that process for 7 days. Okay, and after implementing bot, they achieved it within 4 hours. So that is what time reduction you get, and time saving, and fast process, of course, and error free. Okay, even if you have any error in the system, it will show you that here you have error. You can correct it. You can de-execute the bot. Okay, so likewise, there are so many companies who have already started. I know some Indian companies also are not taking the name over here. They have also started automating their processes. And likewise, as I said, like US market is the so far largest market, but APAC region is going to be the largest sector by 2028. Okay, so that's about the introductory session. It's the course, as I said, is starting from 13th of March. The registrations are open. If you're going for the course, then you can, just to reserve your seat, you can pay 1,000 rupees, and before starting the course, you can, finish the payment. And as I said, like there are three batches. Morning I have 8 to 9 session. Evening 7 to 8 as per your time convenience. And on the weekends I have in the morning 8 to 10. Especially for working professionals.
Hi Prasad, I have one question. Yeah. Prasad, the internship program, because as you have explained the processes and all, many of us are not like functional consultant and all. They are not able to relate with that. So in the internship programs and all, what all do you means there kind of project and all we people work on, so that we are accustomed to all these processes, or what? or there is any charge for that internship program?
No, it's not chargeable actually. Neither you have to pay me, and I am not going to pay you. It's like you may call it an internship, but I call it as an extension of this course. Okay, so just my motive is you should get hands-on experience. Okay, course is one part. After that, you can more and more, if you work, more and you do practice, then you will gain more experience. And in that case, we will try to consider more and more, real-time scenarios, I should say. We will consider scenario from we'll consider the finance scenario. If in the batch, if we have any functional finance consultant, we can take help of him. We can configure our system, and then we can automate that process.
Okay, Prasad.
Okay, so that after the course also you can continue, but that's not optional actually. If some people are interested, some are not. Okay, so it's an optional thing. And after course, of course, you can continue. And if I mean, there are cases now in my current batch also, 2-3 people are there, and in their companies they are planning to start automation. I mean, the process automation, and discussion is going on in their companies. So they actually told me that things are going on in our companies also. They want to automate certain processes. So can we consider those cases in the course, or maybe after the course? So I told them that during the course itself we will consider your cases, and we'll try to achieve. If we have right configuration, if we will try to achieve, or similar case we can consider.
Okay.
Hey, Prasad.
Yes.
Prasad, Lakshmanan. In your course, I mean, most of the companies, not SAP's only systems, it has multiple integration system, as we are currently showing the screenshot.
Yes.
Do you have any test cases or anything which you present? Because there are multiple non-SAP systems and UI or Java-based application in front. So
Absolutely.
any process goes through all the different systems, not just happens within SAP or different modules, right?
Yes.
That's a challenge when we go ahead and present or try ourselves in the practical against with a trial mode. Do you have any test cases? Will you be presenting?
So we can, considering non-SAP process, particularly I don't have any, as such during the course, I don't have any particular case. But what we can achieve is like we can open, read emails from Outlook Express, which is non-SAP system. If you have email configured, or any other system, if you have any particular, and if you can show it or present during the course, we will try to achieve. Particularly, I don't have any case, okay, but we can do it. That's not a problem. A non-SAP system also we can achieve. But our focus is mainly on SAP. We all are SAP consultants, so our main focus is SAP. But of course, as you said, you're right that that's what the IT complicated IT infrastructure is, right? That's a big challenge for any organization now. Okay, they have non-SAP systems also. Okay, but sometimes it may happen that it could happen that they can also think of then SAP's competitor. But it is, as I said, like when you have SAP systems in place, then going with SAP products is more beneficial because you get good integration.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, hi Prasad.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to know one thing. I mean, about if you could you please go to the this job, scope of job page
over here. Yes, this one.
Yeah, here. So I just wanted to understand that after completing this course, what will be the the designation will be fit for the functional consultant?
As I said, like that is why I told you, particularly for functional consultant, please search for citizen developer. Please, citizen developer. Yes, you will be more of a techno-functional. You will be independent RPA consultant also. You can additionally also you can practice as RPA consultant.
Okay, so as it is, I mean, what I can understand as it is, it's a totally interested thing in about the RPA. So I just wanted to know that is there anything or any kind of a module kind of a stuff which we can go through with the certification from SAP?
See, I'm not, as I said, like I cannot comment on certification part, because you have to consult with SAP people or those who are into that certification business. You have to consult with them what all certification are available. But I'll also find it out, and if you want any information on that part, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
If you are looking for any certificate, particularly
No,
certification.
why I'm asking is because I mean, for a functional consultant jumping into a new area, which will be very good techno-functional or the citizen developer, but for that, always company will ask for the experience. So before going into that, I mean, I think certification will be a good idea.
It is good, but not mandatory.
Yeah, definitely not mandatory, but it will give some door access to that.
Yeah, absolutely. That is right. But as you said, like, company will first ask for experience, and that matters more, because as as a domain consultant, as a functional consultant, you know function in depth, or business in depth, and that's the main advantage any companies are getting from you.
Okay.
And that is in my current batches also, there are almost 60% are functional consultants.
Okay. And do you provide any kind of I mean, videos or documents for this particular course?
Daily I send videos. Every day I send videos of all the sessions. Every session will get recorded.
Okay. And what is the duration for night course?
7 to 8 time. Evening.
7 to 8. I mean, every day, or it's evening? I mean,
Monday to Friday. Yes, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, 7 to 8.
7 to 8. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And if you are going for weekend, then it is only morning 8 to 10.
Okay. Okay. And if I'm interested, then I should call this number, I mean, which you have provided, right?
Yes, this is my number. I can display it to everyone. 9970186543. That's my number. Okay, you can ping me. If you want to register, you can pay any token amount right now, and before starting the course, you can pay pending amount. Okay. The course, as I said, is starting from 13th of March. My current batches will end by first week of March.
Okay. And all the system access will be provided by you only, or for that I need to pay more extra?
No additional amount you have to pay.
Okay. Okay.
Are you already working in as a functional consultant, working in the company?
I'm a cross-functional consultant for procurement and sourcing.
Okay, so if you have in company also, if you have your system, see, if you want to extend the cases,
for some reason I cannot show it. Sorry for that.
No, you don't have to show it. What I'm saying is, if you have systems, even sandbox, your development server,
yeah,
you can use it for your practical purpose. That's not a problem.
But for
only particularly to SAP related. Otherwise, we don't need actually.
No, for that I need to connect with that particular tool, automation tool, right?
That I'll be teaching how you can do it.
Okay. I mean, now I can say I'm pretty much clear on that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it's a very, very, very good session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So, any questions from anyone?
Yeah, Prasad. Like Monday to Friday, the session would be like a 7 to 8 hours. Okay. So, could be like a 7:30, or like can we just extend from like a 8 to 9, or 7:30 to 8:30, like this way? Or
the thing is, like, some people are, I'm talking about my current batch scenario. Some people have joined from Singapore and they have 3 hours ahead of us. And the problem is, for them, it is then late night. Some people are from Netherlands, they have 8 hours back. So it's morning for them, and they prefer that, because before before going to office, they attend the course.
Yeah,
that is why purposely I have kept 7 to 8. Otherwise, you can go with weekend session also. Weekend it's morning 8 to 10.
Oh, it's also like not possible for like a 8 to 10 in a weekend, because we have like a 6 working days.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, all the sessions run parallel. So if you miss any session, you can attend anyone. Morning session also you can attend. If you miss morning session, you can attend night.
Okay, no issue.
That you can do.
Okay.
But common time I have kept, because
yeah, Okay.
Some people are from other country also.
No.
Prasad, sorry, I just joined a little late. So
Yeah,
just
no.
have 2 questions. So
Yeah.
will I be getting this recording first?
This recording, yeah, you will get it, but the problem, I started that recording little late. First two slides I missed actually, and
Okay.
I have got a message from someone that please record the session. So after that I started recording, but there is already I have recorded. I mean, last month also I have conducted a similar session.
Okay.
So that recording is for complete recording I have. That I can send it to you, to everyone actually. But
Fine,
this,
okay.
whatever is there today, that also I'm sending to you, and last session also I'm sending it.
Fine. Okay. And the second is, I mean, you said some the token advance, right? So what is that? Can you just brief that again?
You can start, you can pay minimum 1,000 rupees also.
Okay. So what about those details?
I'll be
just missed
saying,
out,
see,
so that-
you have to message to me. This is my
Okay.
WhatsApp number. You can send message to me. 99701 86543 is my number, and same is my WhatsApp number.
Okay.
I have registration form. Okay, registration form. In that, you just minimal details I take, just name, your address, and email I take, because I every day I send registration recordings to your email.
Yeah.
Okay. So that I need, and your batch preference, Monday to Friday or weekend batches. That
Right.
that preference I did. And if you are paying token, then I have all the payment mediums like UPI and everything that I have, net banking also. And for outside, if you are attending from out of India, then PayPal.
Okay. Fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just contact this now. Contact you.
Sure, you can contact on my number.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? And of course, in the session, as I told you, it's not the course. My motive is, finally you should be able to achieve automation, and you should be independent consultant in this. Okay. So my motive is that. So during the course, if you have any question, if you want to handle any real-time cases, we can consider in the course itself. Okay. And after that also, I'm extending help to you after the course also. But during the course also, if you feel that, I want to, I have one case with me, and can we do that? So that also we can do, try to do. If we have right, of course we need some SAP related things, we need right configuration also. But if in that case, sometime you can help me, and if you are FI consultant, you can configure a system. We can do that case also. That can be achieved. Right. So I hope I tried to solve your questions. If you have any other questions, you can ping me personally. You can call me, of course, on this number anytime. And as I said, registration is open. You can, minimum amount you can pay 1,000 rupees also fine. And the course will start from 13th of March. Again, I'm telling you. And it's around 1 month of course.
Prasad Hari here. Actually,
yeah.
I'm familiar with BTP. If I don't want to opt for BTP, what would be the price then?
Yeah, so that we'll discuss it personally.
Okay.
If you want to skip BTP related section, you can do it. Because ma'am, I have structured my course in such a way that I have divided in 3 units actually, starting with BTP. So if you want to skip BTP, you can start with RPA directly. And in that case, in particularly in your case, then I'll show RPA related configuration.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Prasad, it's a hands-on, right? It's not like
yes, live sessions.
And
hands-on.
Yeah, and
yes.
Another one is we should have SAP versus ID just to get the free trial. How do we get this?
That I'll be teaching you in the course.
Okay.
How you can do it. But all cases I'll execute in front of you. And sometimes, in the current batch, what I'm doing also, I'm some participant can also execute the case. I'm instructing how you can do it. Okay, so great then. Thanks a lot. I hope there are no other questions. And thank you for participating. I think we have my plan was to take section for 1 hour, but it's more than 1 hour extended. we have extended, but I